The Grimwade family actually showing real life despite social media feeding us all that real hype. We just some real guys trying to give some high definition to reality. Family acrobatically juggling life, smothered in cracks to avoid eternal casualty trust. It ain't easy, but teamwork make the dream work. It's me, Ella, Hezzy, Hosanna, Harper and Hallie, and I ain't forget that has a rage and family.
Hosanna, there was something that you actually said to me this morning that actually made me think about this whole topic of how do parents deal with the stresses and busyness of life whilst having children. And what is it you asked me? Because it was you, Hosanna, not his, you know.
I said, Mum, today, are you stressed today?
Yeah, and when you said that to me, I said to you, I think I answered you, there's stresses, there's stuff that I'm stressed about, but I'm not particularly stressed at you guys. Because when you actually said it, I thought in my mind, am I stressed? And I thought, okay, well, maybe stressed is too strong a word, but just things running through your mind that you're thinking about, tasks that... That's why, would you like another grape? Yeah, look at your face. Yeah. Where was I? Yeah, things that need to be done, tasks that need to be ticked off the to-do list, if you like want to put it like that. And it can be very, very, I don't know, like busy in my mind. And then therefore, when I'm dealing with you guys, yeah, I can come across as stressed. But when you did ask me that, I thought, okay, am I acting stressed? Because it pricked my conscience. It made me think, how am I acting? Evidently, if you've asked me that, I must be acting in a way that's making you feel like, oh, mummy's mind is elsewhere. Was that kind of... Did you ask me that because of my actions? Go on, Hez, you got your hand up.
Yeah, I thought like the way you were moving looked a bit like rigid and stressed. But when you're like happy and free, you look more like, well, just happy and free basically. More relaxed. So that's what I thought. I thought like, I don't think we've done anything wrong because we've done everything that Mummy's told us. So it must be just some other stuff. Yeah. That's what I thought. Yeah,
no, that's true, Hez. And I mean, as a parent, and many parents will be able to, what's the word? Relate, thanks. Many parents will be able to relate to this fact that there's so much stuff that goes on in life that parents have to deal with whilst you're living life and having to just deal with the physicalities of life, getting the children ready, giving breakfast, blah, 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 blah. It can all feel on top sometimes. And it's very easy to take that out on the children. Which, okay, let me ask you, Harper, do you think it's fair if when I'm stressed I get angry at you?
No.
No? Why do you think Mummy shouldn't get angry at you?
Because I'm not doing anything wrong.
Yes, absolutely right, young lady. That is a very good answer. And Mummy has to take ownership of her own actions to be able to deal with her stresses without taking it out on your children, especially when it's nothing to do with you. Because if, as a mother especially, I think mums are very much a central hub kind of thing in the home. The way the mum is feeling definitely affects the way the children are going to feel, the way the husband is going to feel, the way people are going to feel when they come into the home. It's going to affect things. And if I'm really stressed out, it's not going to create a nice vibe in our house, is it? Hezzy, you have your hand up again. You're going to ask a question?
Yes. I was going to say, what does hub mean?
Okay, so hub is like the centre of, or the core of something that everything else feeds off.
Oh, okay.
So like the hub of the house will be where the main stuff happens and how everything else is affected off that. You know, like how our house is kind of built. You've got the main room, then you've got all the other rooms that stem off of it, because that's like the central hub of the house. I think that's, correct me if I'm wrong.
But I think
that's right. Correct. Yeah, and I'm consciously trying to work on that, work on my stress levels, work on how, like you said, Hez, I looked maybe frantic or panicky as I was doing stuff. I have to work on that so that I can be calm whilst thinking. Do you know what I mean? And it's something that Daddy talks to me about as well, that I'm trying to get better at, because like obviously it affects Daddy. And babe, like, do you feel like you have to deal with that within yourself, or do you think it's mainly mums that kind of get that stressed and have to like try and do stuff but be calm?
I definitely feel that is not just a mum thing. I think, like you said, babe, you are like a central hub of the family. Like, I think women play, you know, an incredible role in the family. Not that I don't think men do, obviously, but I definitely feel it. I feel it sometimes. Like, at the end of the day, the kids would always ask me, oh, Dad, are you okay? Or, and they're asking because what that means in code, as I'm sure Hez is about to elaborate on, is that if you're okay, then the day might go well. Do you know what I mean? It's that kind of thing. So as I'm sure all parents can relate, it's a fixture for both of us, man. It's something that definitely can always be improved upon, and something that I am conscious of when I get out of my bed first thing in the morning. When the kids say hello to me, that's when they're testing me. They're testing me from the get, like, are you okay? Like, and when I say, yes or no, or not even, sometimes they read off of the vibe I give. Like, if I go, yeah, I'm cool, Hez. Like, or, yeah, I'm cool, buddy. Do you know what I mean? And then, Yeah, so sorry, Hez, you was going to say.
Yeah. So I will elaborate on what you just said, but I was going to say I think men play a bigger part because they're like the leaders of the house. So I think that's what I think personally. So I think I'll have a big role and Rue will have a big role in our household. So yeah.
As in when you get married?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. 100%.
And I can read off of if Daddy feels okay or if he doesn't, because like if he says it like just how he said, like, yeah, I'm fine. I know it's like he might be fine a bit, but then there's still something bothering him. But if he like is happy, I'll know because he's like, yeah, I'm cool, Hez. What are you doing? So that's what I read off of in the morning. So yeah.
I hear you. Yeah, sorry, Hallie, you had something to say.
What does elaborating mean?
That's a great question, Hallie. Elaborating means to expand upon. So maybe maybe I've told you something, but I haven't told you everything. And elaborating is maybe telling you more of the details about that thing. You see what I'm saying? That makes sense?
Yeah.
Good. Yeah, so babe, like, how do you feel that, I don't know, how do you feel I help you in that? Or do you feel sometimes I can add to your stress?
So it's funny you ask that, babe. I think I would say a little while back when you used to maybe point out, babe, you're stressed. I always used to deny, no, I'm fine. And you'd be like, stop lying. You're not fine. You're evidently stressed. And I think because of how I was not willing to be vulnerable to opening up whatever it was I was stressed about, I think that at that time I would say, yeah, it added to the stress, but really it's on me as to why it's adding to the stress, because I've not been open about and invited you in to what it is I'm dealing with at that time. But now I think as of more recently, I felt like I'm trying to be more open about whatever it is that's on my mind, the things that I've got coming up that I'm trying to deal with, just so that you know where I'm at, and that way we're more of a team, aren't we?
Yeah.
So now I don't think it adds to my stress. So I think that kind of brings us back to the original question that Hosanna asked me, Mum, are you stressed? It's interesting that you noticed, Hosanna. Of course, we've heard from Hez how he notices when Mummy's stressed, but...
Or Daddy.
Yeah, or Daddy. But you notice things. You pay a lot of attention to detail. You're very good with sensing people's emotions and stuff. So when you see Mummy in a certain state, what is it that goes through your mind?
You usually act a bit like, oh my gosh, I haven't got dinner on time now, and you just get a bit silly, a bit frantic and stuff. So I'm like, okay, Mum, I'll just back up.
Okay, and
you start getting stressed at us, and I'm like, Mum, we haven't done anything wrong. Why are you getting stressed at us for you being stressed?
Okay, and what do you think, Hosanna, is the best thing for me to do in that situation? Because what I might be stressed about isn't always necessarily something that I can fully explain to you children. So do you think I should just say, well, how do you think the best way is for Mummy to deal with that? Kind of invite you into it and tell you everything, or get more stressed? Like, what do you think the best thing for me to do is in that situation?
You can either tell us about it, or you can just stop being stressed about it and just stay keep it to yourself.
And stay calm.
Yeah, and stay calm and not
Talk to
like
Daddy.
Yeah, talk to Daddy about it and just try and get Daddy to calm me down, I guess, because us kids can't really calm me down. Yeah.
Well, you can sometimes, I think, but the best thing I think is when you guys are behaving well. But then again, there are times when you are behaving well and I still get stressed. But I think the best thing you kids can do is obviously not bicker, behave well, and at least that way you know your backs are covered and you'll be like, well, we've been behaving well, so mummy's obviously not stressed at us. Like I said this morning, because I quite clearly said to you, oh, I've just got some stuff going through my mind, it's nothing to do with you guys, at which point you seemed absolutely fine. And you was able to carry on. Has you got another question? Go on.
Yeah, so I was just going to say, like, I came out of the car to just ask Mummy just something about my birthday quick because my birthday's coming up. And then
Get that in there.
Nudge everyone.
and she was in the garage and we just got out of the car and I was like, Mum, can such and such like happen? And then she was like, Hezzy, just get in the car. I'm coming, just wait, get in the car. And I was like, okay, but I'm just trying to ask you something about my birthday. So, like, I was a bit like, okay.
Cruel, mean mummy.
But can I say, at the same time, sometimes when we've told you, say for instance, go sit in the car, like when we're ready to go out, and yes, mummy and daddy always have to run in to get that last extra thing. We've forgotten a nappy for Roo, or we've, forgotten the baby bag, or we, something. Because there's 5 of us, like 5 of you, sorry, not even 5, there's 7 of us, but there's 5 of you guys, and that's not including the pups as well if they're coming anywhere. It's a lot of stuff to keep under control. So in order to work, it kind of needs to be military like at some point. Go there, stay there, wait there, I'm coming, and every like command is taken on board and done, and on our better days we probably do that well, and on our worst days we probably don't listen very well, and that's when it all gets nuts. Because just you getting out of the car
Makes everyone.
makes another thing, and also you getting out of the car. Roo, you alright, mate? Roo, what's up? You want some more orange? Yeah, so you getting out of the car then makes another thing to think about when we've got past that bit. We're not trying to revisit that bit. We've said go to the car, so you go to the car, and then that's that bit done. But if you come back out and we start thinking, oh, now you need to get back in the car, we might then forget something else because we were just focused on the next task. Do you know what I mean? It's just a lot going on, and that's all that is.
Okay. Yeah. So I think in all of this that really and truly, for a family, especially a large family, to work well, obviously everybody has to play their role well. Children must listen and behave. But parents, it's your responsibility to try and show, to live by example, how you live out being patient, having self-control. Because that's what it comes down to at the end of the day, having control over your own stresses and emotions, so that you just don't just take it out on everybody else.
Absolutely.
Because they don't deserve that, really.
Nope.
And no, Tim and I are not perfect at doing that, and the children will be able to testify to that fact. We're definitely not perfect at doing that.
Thanks, Roo.
Yeah, thanks, Roo. But we are trying.
Yeah.
And as we say, we'll try our best. Do I even know what we're trying to say? We will try our best and let God do the rest, isn't it? That's how the saying goes in the book.
That's how it goes. That's how it goes, sir.
So, yeah. What more can I say?
So you think you were right? Bring it on, prove